Next primitive is tube. I can change the inner radius of this tube, outer radius of this tube, rotation segments, cap segment, height of this tube, and again height segment of this tube. Again we can change the orientation of this tube in different way. I can add a fillet on this edge, so I can click over here on this fillet option and I change the segment of the fillet and the radius of the fillet, so I can create a tire type shape by using this tube. You can slice this tube by using a slice option. Slice, again the from and to, you can see this way you can modify the slice option. Next one is pyramid, a very easy one to understand. You can change the size of different axes. For segment, I can change the segment over here and the orientation of this pyramid. Next thing is platonic. This different type of shapes over here. You can change the radius and the segment of this object by using the segment option. You can modify different type of platonics here, hexa, octa, decia, or different types are there for this platonic shape. Next one is a figure option over here. It's a small human like object. We normally use this for proportional purpose to create a big model. We can use this as a human proportion and we can scale the model or modify that model or build that model according to this proportion inside Cinema 4D. You can change the height of this model and segment of this model using this option. A very basic form of human being over here. You can use this for rigging also to create a little bit complex rig using this humanoid option. Landscape, you can see very small rough terrain over here. You can change the size of this terrain, segments of this terrain. For more detailed shape, you have to increase the segment, otherwise you can't see the detail of the terrain. You can see here I just decrease the segment of this terrain and you can see it look very flat over here. You can change the roughness, fineness and scale of this terrain. You can change the sea level or the base of this terrain like this, below the sea level or above the sea level. The toe level like this. You can create this kind of effect using this option. Again the orientation option like this. For the randomness, you can change the seed level over here. You can see it's just changing randomly like this. But at seed level, you can remove this tick mark to create something like a valley over here, a canyon thing. You want to create this in a spherical manner, just click on this spherical option. So you can see, now I can see this object in a very spherical manner. See, like this wooden planet or something like that. You can create very easily by using this option. Next one is a relief. To see the effect of this relief, you have to add a texture on it. So I just go and add texture over here. I just click over here and see this small spherical textures over there. I just click on it and say open. It's asked me about the path. I say okay, yes. And you can see a small plane with some distortion on it. When I rotate that, you can see it same look like a texture we applied from outside. So you can create your own hills and valleys by using this texture option. You can change the size of this relief option. Width segment, again segment is very important for smoothness, so always keep in mind that segment can increase the smoothness of your object or decrease the smoothness of your object. So always try to keep it in a limit but not very less, that way it's not look very rough. I can change the bottom level or up level and the top level like this. Again I can change the orientation to X or Z. I keep it as a Y plus, and again the spherical option to see it in a spherical form like this. You can create using a relief option. The last one is a guide. Guide is normally used to create a guideline while creating a model, like a city model or any complex harbor type of model. That time you can use this guide for the references of the modeling. Right now it's a line. You can see it's a infinite right now, but I can change to half line. So you can see it start from a center point and go far away from the center, or you can go with a segment. So you can change the size of segment. You can see this small dotted drawing over there. You can see the small line over here as my guideline. But right now I keep it as a infinite. I change this mode. So you can see it's in a all axis X, Y and Z. I can change it. I can keep it as a line or as a plane. So I can change the size of this plane. This will be my base to create a model of any house or any another building. And I can say axis center. So it's come into the center of this grid, and I can very easily use that as a base to create any model as per as my requirement. These are all basic primitives available inside Cinema 4D. Very useful to create model, high-end model. And if for the better result, we can apply some modifier on it like this. We can create spline modeling over here or spline object over here. You can use some different type of effects like extrude, loft, sweep, lathe to create complex model by using this line option. And we can create a very high-end model by using these small primitives over here and create a great animation by using a Cinema 4D.